Steve, I was just wondering what your starting lineup is tonight.
We're going to start Steph, Gary, Andrew, Otto, and Lou.
Is the decision to bring Jordan off the bench at all part of the fact that he will probably be coming off the bench for you very soon?
Well, it's really just about tonight, but that's going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen soon anyway. But the decision for the starting lineup tonight is based on tonight's game and who we have available and who's not here as well.
If no one else, Steve, David Locke, Utah Jazz Radio. 2, if I may. You guys have arguably the greatest offensive player in the world in Steph Curry, yet you're the best defensive team in the league. They have arguably the greatest defensive player in the world, yet they're the best offensive team in the league. Is there something about having that elite talent on one side that allows you to build on the other side?
Boy, I can answer that a lot of different ways. And I just thought of a couple things that would get me in a lot of trouble, so I'm not going to say those things. I would just say that both teams are well constructed to be two-way teams. I do think having a great defender like Gobert or Draymond Green allows you to get out in transition because you're getting stops. But there's plenty of teams with great offensive players who aren't that good defensively, and vice versa. So I just think both teams are good because they both have really strong two-way rosters.
And then secondarily, it's the top 2 3-point shooting teams and also the top 2 rim percentage shooting teams. Are those related?
I think they're related just because you stretch the defense out and they have to get out to the 3-point line. It softens things up in the paint. There's more space in the paint to get to the rim. So yes, I do think those things are related.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, David.
Steve, given where Kevon Looney was physically a couple years ago and where he is now, how happy are you to see that he kind of broke through physically? And how much do you feel like your training staff deserves credit for that? Because talking to Kevon, he was talking about, all the battery of tests they put him through and how they helped him with some stomach issues and different things like that.
Well, yeah, number one, it's one of the best stories of our season. And Looney always goes under the radar. Nobody pays any attention to him. But the fact that he's healthy and thriving is one of the best parts of this season. I think if you ask the whole team to name their favorite guys, Looney is going to be on everybody's list. He's just so professional, so selfless, so hardworking. And so we're thrilled for him that he's healthy and he's got his career back on track. I do give a lot of credit to our training staff. I think we have a lot of really talented people in the training department. And I think I give a lot of credit to Looney, too, for, really exploring all of his options and working together with our medical staff to make sure he got right. So it's a great story.
And there's been a lot of speculation that you guys need a prototypical big to match up with the Jokic's of the world and some of the top big men in the league. Do you feel really confident, if it came down to it, to have Kevon defending those guys in a high level situation, just given how dependable he's been for you?
Of course I do. Loon has already proven that he can be a high level defender on a championship team. He's played big minutes for us and important minutes in the finals before. But Loon is unappreciated by everybody pretty much because he's not, a guy who wows you with his athleticism or his stats. He's not a great shooter, but he's a winner. He's really, really smart. He's our best screener. He understands how to get Steph open and Clay and Wiggs. And he understands defensively how to protect the rim and to switch onto guards. He's an incredibly valuable player to us, even if he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves.
Steve, going back a couple of games ago when you guys played Denver on Tuesday, that second half, you held them to 29 points. They shot 24%. In addition to effort, which was obvious, what else did the team sort of figure out about the best way to defend that team?
I think we just found our edge again. I thought in the first half, Lonnie, we just didn't play with a chip on our shoulder. We weren't into the ball. We weren't the aggressors. Denver was the aggressor. And I thought in that second half, falling down by 24, our guys felt that sense of urgency. They got a little angry, got into the ball, and really stayed connected. It was a great defensive half, and I was really proud of the guys for getting us back into the game and almost pulling it off.
Because Draymond means so much to your defense, do you think that kind of half can sort of send a message to the other guys that, okay, Draymond's not here, but we can still be pretty damn good on that end of the court?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point, a good reminder to our guys that we can be good defensively every night because of the collective, because of the fact that we play with five guys connected, and even without some of our best defensive players, and on that night, our best defensive player, we can still function and perform well and do well enough to win a game.
Hey, Steve, I was just wondering if I could check in on the vibe of the team. You had a game that was postponed, so that's a little strange. And then a new year tends to make people feel reflective about the goals ahead. Are your guys feeling antsy to play in this game, antsy to get a new year started?
I think everybody is just realistic about, what's been happening around the league. And we understand what happened the other night. And we turned it into a positive, having a great scrimmage and getting some practice time that we probably needed. And everyone's excited and ready to roll tonight. So it's such a long season with 82 games that you just roll with the punches and, whatever comes your way. So tonight should be fun. We're playing one of the best teams in the league on their home floor, and it'll be a great challenge.
Was there a team New Year's celebration?
We had just an absolute rager at the Grand America last night. Guys were just going nuts. A lot going on that I probably shouldn't even talk about.
Steve, if I may again, you allow the fewest shots in the league at the rim. How do you do that?
I think a lot has to do with Draymond. I give Andrew Wiggins a lot of credit. He's been fantastic for us defensively. His length, his ability to guard the ball, to contain penetration. Looney deserves a lot of credit, but I just think having five guys on a string defensively is so important. And if you get everybody together and rotating and being connected, then you're going to take away the easy stuff. And that's what we try to do, night in and night out. We just try to take away the easy stuff and make teams have to earn their points.
Steve, Clay went out of his way the other day to say that he thinks that Andrew Wiggins deserves to be an all-star. Do you agree? And why?
Yeah, I do. I think he's one of the best two-way players in the league. Night in and night out, he gives us 18 or 20 points. He's shooting 42% from three. He's guarding the most difficult player on the court every single night. At the other end, he's taken on the role defensively that is just crucial to our team with Clay out. Clay has always been the guy over the years who guarded the ball handler, which allows us to switch a lot and be able to survive that matchup with the with that switch. And Wiggs does the same thing. At 6'8" and strong and athletic, he can switch on to bigs and hold his own, but also guard, the smaller point guards in the league who cause so much havoc. So just an incredibly valuable player. I also believe that, the All-Star game should be about wins. Anytime there's players that are close together in the balloting, the voting, I think being on winning teams should count for something. And obviously we've had a great start to the season. So I think Wiggs deserves to be an all-star. All right.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks.